A chill ran up my spine as I began to feel
oh
like
heck
was
no!
constantly skipping beats.
Oh my gosh, are my eyes watering? You see this? And welcome back to my YouTube channel. Guys, today we are reacting to Scary Story animations by Llama Arts. I will leave the link in the description down below to Llama Arts' channel, so go check them out. They post amazing videos. If you guys want to see more videos just like this in the future, make sure you guys go down below, smash that like button. Boomer, what should be our like goal for today? 10 likes? I don't know, that's pretty high. Okay. Guys, Boomer says we have to hit 10 likes. And yes, I named the creeper Boomer because creepers go boom, and I just thought it was pretty clever. The creeper's name is Boomer, and he's gonna protect us from all the scary monsters that are gonna be under our beds tonight. So Boomer, you better protect me well, okay? Because I'm a little bit scared to watch these animations. But you know what? We're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. The monsters will not be able to get us because Boomer's gonna protect us. Let's get right on to the video. Okay guys, so the first horror story we're gonna look at is True Pizza Delivery Horror Stories animated by Llama Arts. I'm actually gonna drop a like because I literally love all of their videos. If you guys want to see more from Llama Arts, make sure you guys go follow them. True Pizza Delivery Horror Stories 3. Spooky. We ain't doing captions. There we go. Okay, let's continue.
Probably the longest drive I have ever taken for a pizza delivery. From the pizza place I worked at, it was a 20-minute drive, which isn't too crazy out where I live.
Mario's
Plus,
Pizza.
they ordered 4 large pies, so I figured it was a party and I would get a much bigger tip. Navigating the dirt roads at night was always annoying, though.
That's spooky.
I pulled up to the given address. It was some old, sketchy-looking building.
Hold up. If you ever get asked to bring pizza or pies or whatever out to a sketchy place, like out in the middle of nowhere, and you pull up and you see this house, if it were me, I'm hightailing it out of there. I don't care about my tip. Personally, I'd rather leave with my life rather than get some extra cash, you know? This is automatically a red flag right off the bat.
Literally in the middle of a forest clearing. There were no cars parked anywhere or any lights on. I put my car in park and called my boss. I asked him to reread the address at least 3 times to make sure I typed it in right, but that checked out. I could tell he was in a really bad mood, and he told me to at least knock on the door and check it out. He would normally get mad if we took back 1 pie, but I was afraid of what he would do if I brought back 4. I was insanely unnerved, but got out anyway and forced myself to the front door of the building. There was no doorbell, so I just knocked really hard.
Look at that door. It looks crusty, musty, and dusty.
Nothing, and didn't really expect to hear anything. I was extremely disappointed, not because nobody answered the door, but because I was realizing that it was all a waste of time and gas.
Low-key, I'm staring at that window.
And then began to hear some kind of rustling noises from inside of the building.
Oh heck no! Ah! You gonna die? Get out of there! Go! Leave! Leave! No! Quit knocking! Leave!
There was silence now.
Oh my gosh, are my eyes watering?
I felt a bit
you see
more
this?
uncomfortable now than before. But before I could turn around, I noticed something at the window. There was someone looking through the window.
Oh no!
I couldn't tell if it was a man
disgusting!
Or a woman.
Leave!
All I
Leave!
noticed were their eyes. Their eyes were open wider than I knew possible, staring intently.
They were probably doing this.
I was disturbed enough by this and dropped the pizzas and ran back to my car.
Wow, okay, hold up.
The thing wouldn't start until...
If you ever get a pizza delivery job and somebody, like, scares you away, do not drop the food. Literally, that's the goal. They literally just want to scare you away so that they can get free food. You're worried about your boss getting onto you. Imagine what he's gonna do now. You could have gotten good money off of that. I said hightail up on out of there. You're doing what I said to do. You literally dropped the food. So...
the key for the 3rd time. I drove off the grass and back onto the dirt road, but I felt the car rocking about, shaking and bumping. Something wasn't right. I didn't make it far from the building before I started hearing a sharp scraping sound coming from outside.
Disgusting!
There was so much resistance that I couldn't even drive. The car came to a stop. I got out of the car to check.
Why would you get out of the car?
A chill ran up my spine as I began to feel like my heart was constantly skipping beats. My tires had been slashed and had completely fallen off the rim. Not just the front though. All 4 tires were slashed.
Hold up. I don't care what excuse you're gonna give yourself. Look at these tires. Do you see how dirty they are? Disgusting.
I realized somebody did this when I was knocking on the door to that building. Instead of running, I got back in the car and locked the doors. I was so close to that building, I could practically see it from where I was, if it weren't for the trees blocking the view. I dialed 911 and explained everything to the operator.
Oh no, not that music. That
He told me the cops
music
would
is
be over as
scary.
soon
Don't
as
do that.
possible, and that I need to stay hidden. I asked her if it was advisable to stay in the car or run, and she told me it would be best to stay in the car with the door locked. She asked me to
Duck
stay on
in
the
the
line
car,
with her
like
until the
duck.
cops arrived. My whole body was shaking. In all directions, there was nothing but dark, seemingly endless forest.
That police person lady, whatever, she gave you bad advice. They cannot see you if you get out and you run into the woods. They won't be able to find you because it's literally dark unless they have a flashlight or something. But I'm just saying, they won't be able to find you in the dark. If you're literally on the road and they know that they slashed your tires, they are going to know exactly where you are and they're going to be able to get in. If they have a hammer or something, your chances are better running away in the dark than staying in the car where they know exactly where you are. Do you feel me?
I knew it would take forever for the cops to get there. I was not comfortable with sitting in that car so close to whoever
So get
did
out!
this.
Leave! What are you doing?
Is what utterly destroyed me.
Oh no.
It still shakes me to this day, and I hope nobody ever has to experience this kind of fear. As I was scanning all the windows, making sure nobody was outside, I looked in the rearview mirror, and there was the same person. The same person I saw at that window.
Oh no, boy.
Eyes open wider than ever. I could see now that it was a woman, and I could ever so slightly see a smile begin to spread across her face.
This ain't The Walking Dead. Why she be looking like that? And she literally has blood on her face. Like, what the heck? Okay. I'm very uncomfortable. I don't know why my eyes are watering, though. Like, my eyes are literally watering. Do you see this? I swear, I'm not that much of a baby. I'm not crying. I swear. I literally told you, you need to leave before she finds you. But it's too late. She already found you, so... You find a weapon and you whack her across the face. Catch these hands. You know what I'm saying?
Opened my door and full on sprinted into the woods.
Who runs
not
like
caring
that?
how much noise I made. I ran until I was out of breath, which didn't take long, and I hid behind a giant log in the ground. I tried to cover my loud breathing with my hands.
Smart.
I waited and waited for what felt like hours, until I finally heard sirens in the distance.
Hey.
I gathered up all the stamina I had left to run all the way back in the direction of the dirt road. Eventually, the glowing red and blue lights came into view, and I had never felt better in my life. They were parked in front of my car, investigating with flashlights. I came out yelling at them like a lunatic to help me. I fell to the floor and started to gag, almost throwing up from running so much.
That would happen to
They
me.
began to question me, to which I explained everything to the best of my ability. One of the 2 cars drove over to the building, and the 2 officers began to search the building. They came back with nothing except for a couple of spiky objects.
No, pick up the dang pizza you dropped so your boss isn't mad at you real quickly, okay? I mean, if it were me, I wouldn't even keep the job. Like, if this happened to me, I would literally stay in my house and just do YouTube for a living. No cap, like...
These objects were exactly the same as the ones used to slash my tires.
How would you know that?
The cops guessed that it was some kind of sick, demented couple, being that I saw the woman, but unfortunately they were never found, and that still kills me to this day. I obviously quit my job right after that and started working at
that's
a
what I'm
local
talking
grocery
about.
store. I know that I'll never forget seeing that woman at the back of my car.
Oh, excuse me. I'm trying to be sponsored. Oh my gosh, if that would have happened to me, I swear, you're gonna catch these hands like this happened to me oh my gosh, I'm quitting my job. I'm quitting living. Like literally if this ever happened to me, I don't even know what I would do. I would automatically, whenever I call the police, I'm gonna be like, come up here, pick me up. If they don't come, I'm hightailing it up on out there without the car. That was a scary story. That's actually one of my personal favorite horror stories. So if you guys love this story, make sure you guys go down below. We're gonna watch one more. I'm literally so sorry. My siblings are like yelling downstairs, and if you hear them, sorry, it's not really my fault. And Mr. Creeper, you're messing up my hair. Thank you very much. The next one we're gonna watch is Midnight Horror Story Animated. We're gonna drop a link down below, and it's also by Llama Arts. Like I said, let's go ahead and watch this one. Midnight Horror Story. Spooky.
I'm not making this video for attention, or sympathy, or anything. I just want anyone who can help me to do that. My name's Daniel, and this is a story I wish I didn't have to tell. I've been a night owl my entire life. As a teen, I used to stay up way past midnight every night, watching terrifying videos on YouTube. I know now they were nothing compared to the horrors of the real world. Nothing compared to the tragedy my family and I went through. The story I'm gonna tell to you now.
Hold up, guys. Real quickly, my computer, do you see how it's glitching? Like, hold up.
Teachers had always emphasized.
I'm so sorry, I can't do anything about it.
Well to me, and would definitely disapprove of my late night routine. So I knew that if they'd caught me up at that time, I'd be in big trouble. At first, this wasn't a problem, but after I told them about a child predator in our neighborhood that I'd seen in one of my videos, they seemed to grow more and more paranoid.
The mom's face, she was like...
Obviously understandable. Every night, I'd hear one of them...
Did you guys see the dad's hair? His mustache would be looking like a caterpillar on his face. I mean, no offense, but like, I'm just saying.
They grow more and more paranoid, which was obviously understandable. Every night, I'd hear one of them wandering into my room, checking on me, and every night, I'd immediately turn off my light and pretend to be asleep. I never knew for sure if it was my mom or dad coming in, since obviously if I opened my eyes to see, they'd know I was awake. Mostly,
well, if it has the
presumed
hair
was
like
my
that, it's clearly the dad.
Heavy-sounding footsteps, but either way, I found it pretty hypocritical for
Why is his feet so veiny?
Up late when they were awake themselves.
Dang, you got lumpy feet.
Sometimes I wondered if they knew I wasn't sleeping, because often it was only after what seemed like hours before
Dude, he got 3 fingers.
Go to check on Alfie. That's my little brother, and Lucy, my little sister. I'd have asked them about it, but I thought it would have confirmed any suspicions, which they seemed to already have about my staying awake deep into the mornings of the next day. Like I said, I guess they were just paranoid about the child predator. It was stupid for me to presume any of these things, and I'll never forgive myself for it, but I did it all the same. Anyway, one day, Lucy's school, where my parents both work, announced a school trip. It meant they'd be gone at some point next month from Saturday morning to Sunday morning, and it meant that I'd finally get to watch the horror movie my friend had lent me, that my parents had refused to let me watch. There was one downside, though. I'd be left to look after Alfie. He, being only 6 years old, my mom was reluctant to leave him in my care.
Hold up, guys. Let me go real quickly yell at my siblings. Be right back. Okay, guys. Sorry about that.
That defended me, reminding her that Alfie had been up most of the night after a nightmare, so he'd probably sleep most of the day anyway. Besides, he reassured her, he's 17. He can be given a little responsibility.
I started babysitting my siblings whenever I was 10.
I honestly wish she hadn't. Finally, the morning came for them to head off. It took longer than expected because my sister said some of her favorite toy dolls had been stolen. But eventually, my mom persuaded her that they were probably just lost and told me to look for them whilst they were gone. I begrudgingly agreed, and soon they were ready to go. As they were leaving, my mom gave me a stern word, reminding me to lock the doors, not go to bed too late, and take good care of Alfie. She told me she'd be watching through the security cameras to make sure I was looking after him properly. I told her she really didn't have to worry. Then we said our goodbyes, and they were off. Alfie and I spent most of the day playing outside, but came in after the frisbee landed near a strange man who Alfie said had been in his nightmare. I told him that was ridiculous, because even if he somehow was in his dream, he wouldn't be able to remember. Anyway, I went by myself to get it.
What kind of an explanation is that? Are you saying that the kid can't remember his own dreams? I remember my own dreams. That was a dumb explanation. The kid would remember if he was in his dream or not. Like, that's so dumb to say.
And I have to admit that the man was fairly creepy.
Okay, what the heck is going off my computer? You see how this is glitching?
Even if he somehow was in his dream, he wouldn't be able to remember. Anyway, I went by myself to get it, and I have to admit that the man was fairly creepy. He had a huge grin, and his eyes, staring right at me, seemed to be permanently forced further open than they were designed to go. His clothes all seemed to have been made from someone 50 years younger, as they struggled to cling to his fully grown body.
Ew!
It was cold, but he was wearing a sun hat, a tiny one for children, which barely fit on his head. I recognized it, but didn't know how at the time. If I'd
That's
learned
so
anything
gross.
from the videos I spent my nights watching, I'd have abandoned the frisbee and left. But clearly I didn't, because not wanting to feel like a baby, I approached him. As I got closer to the man, his smile
If you
disappeared.
see anybody like this, you get out of there. What is it with these people like walking up to strangers who be looking like that? You don't sit here and just be like, oh, hello, sir, can I have my frisbee back? The frisbee ain't worth your life. Like in the last one, literally the pies and the pizzas and stuff, those were not worth your life. Like, get up on out of there. That's worth more than your life. Okay. This is so dumb. Why do people do this? Like, common sense. I think that we all have it. Okay, just use it. It's not that hard.
And he removed the hat and held it behind his back.
I
Began to see his features in greater detail. He looked tired. He was pale and his eyes were bloodshot and
Dang,
had huge
Frankenstein?
gaping bags under them.
He's a Frankenstein
The entire
wannabe.
time it took me to get to him, the man didn't move an inch, other than the odd blink. Not even his eyes shifted. At this stage, I was getting uneasy. I just wanted to get it and leave. Hi, can I have my frisbee
I would be like,
back, please?
yoink, bye.
Thanks. The thought of that conversation, if you can even call it a conversation,
I was gonna say, that wasn't a
still makes me
conversation.
shiver. I locked the front door as soon as we got home. We were both
Yeah.
a bit shaken, and Alfie looked tired, so I gave him some more food and put him to bed. It took him about 2 hours to fall asleep. He kept complaining that he'd have another nightmare about that man. I told him he wouldn't, but he wasn't convinced.
I see him every night.
He whispered to me. Well, if you see him again, don't worry. I'll be here to fight him off. This seemed to settle him down, and soon he was fast asleep.
No, Ad, get up on out of here. You ruined my video.
At about 11, it was time to put my film on. I couldn't have my mom knowing that I was watching it, so I did something naive and ignorant, and something I'll always regret. I turned off the security cameras. I watched it for 2 hours straight, my
That was a
eyes
dumb
never
thing to do.
straying from the screen. Until I replayed the last few seconds of the film. But the sound didn't happen again. It was coming from inside my house. Alfie? He didn't reply, but I could see him under the covers, so I thought he was just asleep, and I didn't want to wake him up. I swear, if I thought anything worse had happened, I'd have checked. You okay? I thought maybe I was just worrying too much, hearing things. It was late, and the film had been scary. Maybe it was just all in my head. I knew from the sound of his voice it was him.
Rhino, what are you doing?
Alfie! Alfie? Usually this much
Rick.
noise would have woken him up. Alfie, what's going on? I knew something was wrong. It was him. The doll. I couldn't believe it. It had to be some kind of sick prank. It had to be. But it wasn't. It was the man I'd spoken to earlier. He'd taken my brother. Alfie!
Jump out the window!
I was certain they'd be gone before I could reach them. But he didn't set off straight away. He watched as I tried helplessly to do something. I
Take your
screamed
phone!
and I shouted and I banged.
Take your phone and take a picture of the license plate. Instead of banging on the window to get your brother, the best thing you could do in this situation is grab your phone on the way out and literally take a picture of the license plate.
On the windows, and I tried to open the doors, but nothing worked. It was all in vain.
Dang, y'all see his teeth?
There was
Looks like he hasn't brushed his teeth in 2 months.
nothing I could do for my brother, my best friend, as he was.
Guys, literally a little bit ago, he said that he didn't want to babysit him and that he didn't like him and how he was annoying, and now he's saying he's his best friend. Look at that character development.
Was stolen away from me. It was too late for the police to do anything. It was too late for anybody
that's not true.
to do anything. He was gone, and in time, I'd have to come to accept that.
You have 9 new messages. First message.
Hello? If you're out with Alfie, call me back when you get back in, please. Love you guys. Bye.
End of message. Second message.
Daniel, we've been trying to get a hold of you for hours. Is everything alright? Did you turn the security cameras off?
They'll be fine. The security system probably just glitched out. Hey, Alfie, just call us as soon as you can, okay? You know how Mom worries.
End of message. Third message.
Listen, Daniel, we're starting to get really worried now. If you don't pick up, one of us is gonna have to come home to check if everything's okay. Please pick up.
End of message. Fourth
Daniel, are you okay? Daniel! What's happened? Please answer!
I couldn't bear to tell them anything. That was 7 years ago. We never found him. When I asked my parents if they'd seen anything at all of this man whilst they checked on us during the night, they only looked at me, concerned and confused. What do you mean? They asked. I could only stare at them in horror. Every night, around 2, you'd come and check on Alfie, Lucy, and me to see if we were sleeping.
Daniel?
They told me.
No,
we
we
didn't.
didn't.
The police wanted security camera footage of the man, but of course, there wasn't any. It automatically deletes any footage older than 24 hours, which meant I'd been mindless enough to stop it recording on the only night we could have seen him. You know, the strange thing is, I don't even know if I want Alfie to be alive. Because if he is, God knows what that monster has done to him.
That's true.
Sorry if I've gone on too long, but the guilt's been killing me. I had to get it out somehow. I only tell
That's
it
why
as
you go to a
story because,
therapist.
well, people like stories, and I want as many people to hear this as possible. Alfie, if somehow you're watching, I love you, and I'm so sorry. Please, don't lose hope. And to the man who took you, it's not too late. If you have any heart at all, and even if you don't, please let my little brother come home.
He
To
probably
everybody
did.
else, if someone comes into your bedroom at night, open your eyes. You never know who it might be. I still stay up late at night. But it's not because I don't want to sleep. It's because I can't. In case anyone sees Alfie, This is the last good photo we took of him. That's it. Stay safe. Thank you.
That was a good one. That was a good one. For one, don't stay up that late at night. Okay, I'm such a hypocrite. Never mind. Whenever you are babysitting and your parents have, like, security cameras, do not turn them off. That was the dumbest part of the entire thing. You probably could have found your little brother if you wouldn't have turned off the security cameras. Comment down below which one of those two stories was your absolute favorite. I'm gonna have to go with the first one because the first one was really had me on the edge of my seat. So, you know, everybody comment down below which one you liked more. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you guys go down below, smash that like button. Like I said, 10 likes and we will do a part 2 to this video. I want to make reacting to Scary Story animations a series on my channel, so guys, make sure you guys hit the like goal because I really want to make this a series on our channel. Smash that subscribe button just to show your support and join the Crash fam. If you want to be a true trooper, make sure you guys hit that little notification bell so that you guys can get notified every single time I upload a new video. Anyway, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye guys!